As a therapist, have you ever seen someone come to the realization that they're the problem and not others? I've been a therapist for 15 years, but I'll never forget Andrea. She walked into my office wearing designer clothes, perfect makeup, and an attitude that screamed, "I don't want to be here." "My daughter made me come," she announced, dropping onto my couch. "Says I need to work on myself before she'll let me see my grandkids again." I nodded, keeping my face neutral. "Tell me about your relationship with your daughter." "Grace is being dramatic," Andrea scoffed. "Just because I gave her some parenting advice, she's too soft with those kids, always hugging them, telling them it's okay to cry. Boys need discipline." She pulled out her phone, showing me pictures of two young boys. "That's Tommy, he's 7, and Peter's 4. Grace lets them wear whatever they want. Tommy wore a pink shirt to school last week." Pink! When I mentioned it might get him bullied, she blocked my number. I made a note. "How often did you give Grace parenting advice?" "Every time I saw something wrong," which was often. Andrea's perfectly manicured nails drummed against her purse. "Last month, Peter fell off his bike and started crying. Instead of telling him to man up, she held him like a baby. I said she's raising them to be soft. That's when she told me not to come back." As our sessions continued, a pattern emerged. Andrea had raised Grace alone after her husband died. She had worked 60-hour weeks as a real estate agent, leaving Grace with neighbors. "I gave her everything," Andrea insisted. "Private school, dance lessons, the best clothes, but she was always so sensitive, crying over everything, just like her father." Then came the breakthrough. We were discussing Grace's childhood when Andrea mentioned a school play. Grace was cast as the lead in Annie. She was so excited, but opening night I had this huge client. Andrea's voice trailed off. "What happened?" I prompted. "I missed it, had to close the deal. When I got home, she was crying in her room. I told her to grow up, that real life isn't about silly plays." Andrea's hands twisted in her lap. She never tried out for another one. For the first time, I saw tears in Andrea's eyes. "I was just like my mother, always pushing, never satisfied. Grace loved art, but I made her take business classes. She wanted to be a teacher, but I said teachers don't make money." The real breakthrough came when we role-played a conversation. I played young Grace, coming home excited about drawing a picture. "Look, Mom, my teacher says I'm really talented." Andrea responded automatically. "That's nice, honey, but did you finish your math homework?" She froze mid-sentence, her face crumpling. Oh God, I did to her exactly what my mother did to me. Every achievement had to be practical. Every dream had to make money. That's when the floodgates opened. Andrea sobbed as she recalled countless moments. Grace winning art contests she never attended, report cards where she focused only on the B's, not the A's. "My daughter is a wonderful mother," she whispered. "She's everything I wasn't. She sees her boys, really sees them. And instead of being proud, I tried to make her parent like me." 2 months into our sessions, Andrea sent me a photo. She was sitting on the floor of Grace's living room, wearing jeans instead of her usual designer suits. Tommy was showing her how to draw a dragon. Peter was curled in her lap, wearing a sparkly purple shirt. The caption read, "First time they've hugged me in months. Grace says if I keep working on myself, I can come over every weekend." Never thought I'd say this, but that dragon looks pretty good in pink. Last week, Andrea came in beaming. "Grace invited me to Tommy's school play. He's playing a tree. The old me would have said that's ridiculous. Instead, I'm helping him practice his lines. Did you know trees can have whole monologues?" She paused, wiping her eyes. "I almost lost them because I couldn't see that I was the problem. Now I'm finally becoming the mother and grandmother they deserve."